Hey guys, my name's Keller Berry.
And my name is Drew Dunkley.
And we're both college freshmen. Not long ago, we were standing in your shoes as middle schoolers, watching instructional videos in our auditoriums, our gyms, or our classrooms.
I don't know about you guys, but those instructional videos did a really good job putting me to sleep.
Exactly, Drew. The messages were outdated, and the people in the videos were lame, and we just didn't really want to listen to them. But you can listen to us, because you can relate to us. It wasn't long ago, like I said before, that we were in middle school, watching Cartoon Network.
I still do.
Or doing our chores.
Or you could be getting grounded for not doing your chores.
Or realizing girls didn't have cooties, and we actually started to notice them.
And them noticing us back. I just wish that back when we were becoming teenagers, when we were about to go into high school and trying to find our place in the world, that we had known to check the information given to us by the media.
The media is anything, such as TV, radio, the internet.
It could even be your family, your siblings, or even your best friend who thinks he knows what he's talking about when he's giving you girl advice. That didn't work.
The point we're trying to make is that the information you are told or given should always be taken with a grain of salt. This means that when your best friend tells you, Pepsi's the best.
Who told you that, man?
Or even when you see a billboard and there's young, cool people on it wearing green striped shirts, brown coats, and khakis, that you should not just take it at face value.
Guess who's wearing all that? Me. Thank you very much for bringing that.
What you should do is think about it and decide whether or not the information is good and true.
Because all information has a message. And what we want you to be able to do is look at those messages and actually think about what they're really trying to tell you.
Now this can be done easily with a skill we like to call media literacy.
Yes, and media literacy is just some big fancy technical term for being able to think about and understand what the world is telling you.
Now to help you understand media literacy, here are 5 questions that you can ask yourself when new information is presented to you.
These 5 questions are:
who created this message?
What creative techniques are used to attract my attention?
How might different people understand this message differently?
What values, lifestyles, and points of view are represented in or left out from this message?
And why is this message being sent?
Now that you know what these 5 questions are, let's go ahead and apply them to a piece of media that we like to call a commercial.
Are you hungry? Do you want some candy? Yeah. How about some corn? What? No, corn has minerals! Minerals! Eat it! You're a wimp! Corn!
I want corn, dude. Like right now.
Alright, well first let's look at the 5 questions, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Who created this message?
Who created this message? Obviously, who wants you to buy corn? Maybe a big corn farmer, or a businessman who likes to sell corn, or a nerd at his computer who has too much time. Either way, someone wants you to buy corn, and they made this message for you.
2. What creative techniques are used to attract my attention?
If you didn't get it the first time, this commercial really wanted to make you laugh. Flashed up random pictures of corn and this big strong man yelling, and really the point is to grab your attention.
3. How might different people view this message differently?
This commercial could make my cousin laugh, it could make my sister laugh, but make my grandma cry her eyes out. Many people could see this commercial very differently, and it's all about who the commercial is targeted for.
4. What values, lifestyles, or points of view are represented in or left out from this message?
They didn't say much, but they did sure say corn has minerals in it. Now, they didn't say corn wasn't unhealthy, they didn't say any nutritional facts about corn, they didn't give you any other information, just that corn has minerals, and it's awesome.
And finally, 5. Why is this message being sent?
So why is this message being sent? Obviously, to get you to eat corn.
Now, there's absolutely no harm in eating corn. I mean, if you're allergic to it, it could not be good. But the point is that there is some harmful media out there. And what you can do is use the 5 questions that we went over earlier and apply them to new information that you might come across. Because, kids, there is bad information out there. And if you follow the bad information without thinking about it, it could lead to bad results. We actually knew a kid who was just your age.
12 years old to be exact.
And he was just like one of you guys. He played football, he had a loving family, and he had very close personal friends.
Unfortunately, Connor received some bad information, and he didn't know how to process whether or not the source was reliable.
Wave after wave of Confederate attackers came on to him. Yet, in the end, he gave the order to fix bayonets and charge, and drove them right down through that clearing. The Northern soldiers.
I've got my phone on. And the tents practice.
Okay.
Connor died on October 18th, 2007, as a young man who had yet to reach his potential.
What took Connor's life was something he heard from his friends called the choking game.
You don't think he's gonna play?
Well,
He's supposed to.
I did.
We tell you this because Connor can't. Understanding what media tells you can be as simple as deciding on a new pair of shoes, or as serious as a matter of life or death.
All right, Connor, what was your most memorable?
The eagle eating the rat.
It was.
Yeah.
What do you think about the little mouse? What was it?
Probably dessert.
Dessert.
Alexander Gardner, the photograph of the photo.
The photograph of the photo?
Photographer of the photo. Sorry.
Now, Connor's friends didn't do any research to the choking game, and they didn't realize how serious the consequences could be. So naturally, when they're talking to Connor, they told him about it and said it was a fun, safe thing to do when you're bored.
But as we now know, it's not safe. If only Connor had known about media literacy and the 5 key questions to ask when new information presents itself, he'd be with us today. The choking game is a game, if you can call it that, in which a person restricts oxygen from reaching the brain, causing a feeling of slight disorientation and happiness. However, if oxygen is restricted for too long, the brain cells begin to die, and the person loses the ability to think. They are unable to remove whatever is cutting off the oxygen from their brain, and unless someone is there to save them, they will die.
Now, the reason we're telling you all this, guys, is because you still have a choice. Over these next few years, you're going to go from being children to teenagers and even to adults, and you have to make a lot of big decisions on the way. We're now standing at the beginning of our adulthood, and we have no clue what our future holds for us, much like you guys are just about to begin your teenage years.
It can be a little bit scary, but it's also one of the most exciting times you'll ever go through. We just want you to use your brain and think about the messages that media throws at you every day. With the 5 key questions, which once again are, who created this message? What creative techniques are used to attract my attention? How might different people understand this message differently? What values, lifestyles, and points of view are represented in or left out from this message? And why is this message being sent? You will gain the power to filter and understand the world around you. Thank you for watching.
And good luck with the rest of your lives.
Keller Berry,
Drew Duncan.